Now, a section of members of parliament now want Majority Leader in the National Assembly, Aden Duale, to step aside. TNA MPs Johnson Sakaja, Kabando Akabando and Mason Leshomo say Duale has been implicated on terror claims and should vacate office to allow for investigations. We now join KTN's Aaron Ochieng for more information. Aaron, these are all TNA MPs, in effect members of Duale's own Jubilee coalition. What are the implications?
Well, Najma, majority of them are TNA members of the state, but we also had a number of URC members and also NAC members. It was a joint statement that they were making in regard to what Northeastern leaders led by Majority Leader Aden Duale had said late last week in regard to a list that they said that they will make it public in regard to those people that are linked to terror funding. And the MPs are saying that if at all these leaders knew about this group, why did they wait for the attack to happen before they could bring forth these names? And why is it taking them too long for them to present the names? So they're saying that fight against terror is taking another turn and none should be taken lightly. And they're asking Leader of Majority Aden Duale to either come up with the names immediately or step aside so that he can also be investigated on what exactly he knows about this terror link.
And have you had anything about this from other members not within Jubilee? Has Duale himself said anything about this?
For the better part of this week, as you know, Parliament has been on recess and they only resumed on Tuesday. We haven't been able to locate Aden Duale, but I understand that he might be making his way to Parliament later this afternoon. We haven't really heard from him, and we will be looking for him to see what he says about this demand. But also, these MPs are saying that those elected members, especially governors and senators who have also been implicated in this list, should also step aside, just like the members of the executive did.
Students of the Kenyan Medical Training College in Nyeri are appealing to the government to intervene in the current standoff with lecturers that has paralyzed learning at the institution. During a press conference at the institution, the representatives of the 180 students of the college want their lecturers' grievances addressed urgently. Both the teaching and subordinate staff have boycotted duty since last week. The court awarded the staff a 12% salary increase based on a collective bargaining agreement, but is alleged that the school has refused to implement the court's order, hence the disagreement.
There are those who have been employed by KMTC. This is the second week we are having the strike. And the worst thing of all, we have not been communicated to, at least officially. No one has come from the administration to tell us that this is a position, that we are on strike because of 1, 2, 3 reasons.
The teachers are absconding classes. We are losing. There is no food in the mess.
We have that, we are telling the students, as the body of SRC, we are telling the students, if they are willing to go home, they go home. And they are so that to avoid the problems of maybe bringing chaos in the school, because surely the strike of the lecturers or even the workers of the entire MTC, we are not supporting that.
The KMTC was given 1 month to implement this award of 12%. However, as we are talking this morning, they have not done anything or shown any commitment. So we started the strike on 7th. After we exhausted all the available avenues for getting our money. We have been agitating for our money for the 12%, including many other allowances which are supposed to be given. So far, nothing has been forthcoming.
Now, it was joy and celebration at the Nakuru Memorial Hospital after 4-month-old baby Jeremy Osidiana finally left for home. On Tuesday, KTN aired the plight of his family that was unable to pay the hospital bill, leading to a 4-month detention of the baby at the facility. Betty Chalo is still on the story and has the details.
To have our children with us.
It was a special day for Olivia Osidiana.
She could hardly hold back the tears because finally, after what she describes as a painful 4 months, she could take her son Jeremy home. Jeremy had stayed in hospital since his birth date. He was born with some breathing complications. However, after regaining his health, he was detained at the hospital for close to 4 months as the family could not raise money to offset the bill. However, a day after KTN aired his family's plight, officials at the Nakuru County government came to his rescue. The speaker, through the county's emergency fund, gave Jeremy's mother a 591,000 shillings check to clear the bill.
We were not able to waive. That was the first thing we would have wanted to do, but because it's a private institution, it's a private hospital, we could not waive, but we had to raise the amount that was needed so that the baby could be released.
Never spent a night with my baby. Sijaika naye hivyo, muka naye tu mchana, na usiafu nilikuwa nikienda nyumbani. But now I'm taking my baby home to his family where he belongs. There's no such a feeling. I'm very happy.
Hours after clearing with the hospital, mother and baby would get home where family and friends were waiting for them.
Happy. My family and friends have really called me. I'm overwhelmed by calls.
Baby Jeremy's father says he tried everything possible to get his baby home.
He did for fundraising. I don't know what wanasema ati tumefanya fundraising wakati mbaya ati wakati hiyo pesa haikuwa. Tukajaribu tu for fundraising lakini azikuweza fikia hata nusu ile bila kutakuwa hiyo beli.
The family says that they are thankful and that come 18th of April, when Jeremy will turn 4 months, he will not be behind hospital walls, but at home where he belongs. Betty Kyalo, KTN.
Now to matters corruption. Nairobi County Governor Evans Kidero is currently being grilled by detectives at the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. Kidero is being investigated over the alleged flouting of procurement clause. Patrick Amimo is following up that story for us. Amimo, if you could tell us more about some of the allegations leveled against the governor.
Thank you, Najma. Indeed, the Nairobi City County Governor, Dr. Evans Kidero, checked in at Integrity Center a few minutes after 9 in the morning, and he was accompanied by a few supporters and members of the County Assembly. But then he was not coming here for a police rally, but to record a statement with the detectives at the Anti-Corruption Commission in relation to some of the procurement flows that have happened under his voice. And one of the things that is detectives want to know from Kidero is this alleged signing of an MOU worth 4.6 billion with a Fortune East Africa company, which deal was to ensure that there's mass transport system in the city. These investigators are ongoing over this matter because the deal was shady. So the governor will have to explain on some of the issues regarding these plan to launch a metro transport system in the city of Nairobi worth 4.6 billion shillings. The other issue that the detectives want to know from Kidero is with regard to the money that he paid as legal fees to cancel Tom Ojeda worth 300 million shillings. So they allege that these legal fees was paid and he paid about 280 million shillings into Ojeda's personal account. Yet this matter had not been in a shady manner. So you'll have to explain, because according to the investigations, it appears the services are not rendered to the company. So those are some of the issues that Kidero will be clearing here. Of course, this one happened when he was starting as an MD for Munia Sugar Company between 2003 and 2012. Yeah, and also the other issue that you also have to clarify will be the export of sugar, worth 2.7 billion shillings, which sugar we are told that was never exported. So these are the issues that graft allegations that are touching on Kidero.
Amimo, Kidero is one of the 12 governors named in the list of shame. Who should we expect this afternoon? Another governor or?
No, indeed. What is happening is that some members of the National Assembly Public Accounts Committee have been summoned by detectives to shed more light with regard to that confidential expenditure that was from the office of the president worth 2.9 billion shillings. You know, the Public Accounts Committee was investigating this matter before claims arose that members had been bribed with shillings, 1.5 billion shillings each, in order to ensure that the name of the suspended defense principal secretary Mutea Kiringo is deleted from that probe report. And you know very well that yesterday the chairman Ababu Namombo was here to share some information with the detectives with regard to that confidential expenditure. So also here we've had Cecily Barrero, who is the vice chair of that parliamentary account committee. He's been with detectives and also given part of our story on whether members were bribed or not. And also the other member that we are waiting from that accounts committee is the Nakuru Town West MC Samuel Arama, who is waiting to be grilled by detectives over this bribe that was meant, a rent-seeking strategy in order to protect the suspended defense principal secretary Iringo. And you know very well, Iringo was yesterday, but he failed. Maybe it's a strategy to have some information from these people in order to ensure that the detectives have clear information before they can interview Mutea Iringo.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Patrick Amimo there, keeping an eye on that story, and we'll be giving you details in our subsequent bulletins. Now, moving on, the Kenya National Union of Nurses says its members will not return to work at Pumwani Maternity Hospital until Nairobi Governor Evans Kidero fulfills all their demands. Secretary General Seth Panyako says some of the nurses have been assaulted and insulted by people accusing them of stealing their babies.
For the union makes us strong.
We are. The University of Nairobi is boosting security at the institution following the death of a student last week during a terror scare at the Kikuyu campus. Deputy Vice Chancellor Peter Mbithi says the management is doing its best to ensure a secure working environment for its students. Speaking during a courtesy call to the Vice Chancellor today, Standard Group CEO Sam Shuley asked the government to prioritize on security in learning institutions.
We actually did have a tragedy last Sunday, and we are trying to manage that. You have covered it also. I met quite a number of journalists on Sunday. But there is also a bigger picture in the country and even beyond about security, and particularly in universities as we see it today. And so we also had another event in that regard.
As a country, the issue of security must take precedence over any other. I think there's no country which can develop without adequate security for its citizens. And when our youth, the people who are going to take our society forward, students at the prime of their life at universities, are attacked and massacred the way they are, our country must say no to that kind of thing, and we must stand up as all Kenyans and fight back.
Now, Kiambu County government has launched a cashless payment system to enhance tax collection. The system seeks to seal leakage of money and boost service delivery. Kiambu becomes the first county to fully embrace ICT in revenue collection process.
Thank you so much indeed. Kiambu County card. It is now officially launched.
That was extremely good in this. They were very efficient system. Now.
Now, the cashless pay system comes more than 5,000 traders from Thika, Ruiru and Juja Sabluk County held a peaceful demonstration over hiked levies by the county government of Kiambu. The traders marched to the county headquarters in Thika town to present their memorandum of understanding, which included their proposed new levies.
So we want to call upon our traders from every corner of this county, from the 12 sub-counties, to continue conducting their businesses just like they have been doing it before. The county government is open for consultations, and that is why we have the CC for finance, because most of the issues they are raising are issues to do with the payment of rates and other licenses. And the CC Finance has even been on radio, and she has been attending all those forums to really ensure that the position of the county is clearly understood by our traders. And we will continue doing that.
Well, that's all we have for you on News Desk this afternoon. My name is Najmi Ismail.